going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today, if you guys didn't see the video of my headliner, head over and check the video of my headliner out. But my Jeep came with tan visors, tan headliner, tan grab bars. Everything up on the roof was tan. I really don't like tan at all. The only other option that Jeep offered was a gray. So I picked up both visors in gray. So I originally tried to reupholster them, but they're completely different than the XJ's visors, which is the video that I watched on it. So unfortunately I can't wrap them, to match my headliner, but I feel like the gray would look a lot better than the tan. Tan is just gross, and mine were all stained up and everything anyways. So I'm on my way to the parts store right now. I'm gonna grab some wire and some wire connectors because I don't have lighted visors, but I'm putting lighted visors in. So most of this stuff in the 99-04 WJ Grand Cherokee, most of the plugs are there if you don't have the options where you just plug them in and then you're good to go. When I had the headliner out, I didn't see any connectors for the visors, so I'm gonna probably wire those into the overhead console, the one on your roof, just because it gets ignition power, and the visors only need positive and negative. The rest of it is part of the visor. Like when you open it, it turns it on. When you close it, it turns it off. There's a switch built into the visor, into the lid. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna wire those in. So if any of you are looking to put lighted visors in your Grand Cherokee, yours might have the harness. I don't know. I'm an 01, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But as far as like all the other plugs, for the auto dimming mirror, for the rear view mirror, all that stuff, all the plugs were there. So I'm not too sure why the visor plugs aren't there. I don't know if it just wasn't an option in 2001, but I'm gonna get those wired up and I'll show you guys how I wired them up and everything when I get it done. As far as removing the visor, it's just 3 bolts, 1 for the clip, 2 for the actual visor. It's pretty straightforward. The Torx bits and the clip is a Phillips head. So I'll let you guys know when I get them wired up, and I'll show you guys how I wired them and everything, and then see you back on the video. All right, guys. So all you're gonna need to take your visor off is a T20 Torx bit, and if you want to remove your clip, Phillips head screw. And I'll show you where those bolts are. Those bolts are right here. You got one here, T20 Torx. You got one on the back side right there, T20 Torx, and then this one is a Phillips head. So to wire your visors in, you're gonna want to drop the headliner down a little bit, just so you don't like damage anything. You want to run the wires over. So the way that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna tie both mirrors together with 2 different wires into one connector, and then I'm gonna have one wire coming out that I'm gonna wire to the overhead console. But you're still gonna need to run from the outside here to the center console. So you're gonna tap into your positive and negative at the console. So let me see if I can get them ran, like all the wires and everything, and then show you guys what wires I'm hooking them up to and stuff, and show you guys if they work, which I hope they work because they should work. They are used though, so there's a good possibility maybe the light bulb is burnt out or something. I don't know. I won't know until I get them on there. So let me get them wired up and everything, and then I'll show you guys what they look like and how they work and everything. All right, guys. So this did take me a little bit of thinking here. So obviously I have a black and red wire, black being ground, red being positive. At your plug over here, this is for the console itself, like the computer part of it. You're gonna have a red with an orange and then a solid red. So solid red is constant 12-volt power, and black with orange is your ground. And then I just ran the wires through the headliner, all nice. Then I have them come out where the visor is. I have them wired to the visor right now. They're not crimped on because I want to trim them down. They're a little bit long. And I also got to wire the other visor into it. So what I'm going to do for the other visor, I'm just going to snip these back here, and I'm going to tie everything together and go into one connector. I'll show you when I'm actually done with it and it's all wired up. But as you can see, the visor does work. It dims and everything. So this is just like, a quick, easy way for you to wire in light up visors. If your girlfriend, wife, or whoever wants a lit up visor, obviously we don't really care about it, but I figured, I need visors anyway, so I might as well get some, So that's why I did this. But yeah, so they're very easy to wire up. All you need is positive and negative, and then it'll actually shut off when you close it, as you just saw. So there's a switch built into it. So it doesn't matter if it's on all the time, like on a 12-volt constant power source. You actually want that, because if the Jeep's off, you can still use your visor. So like if I turn my ignition off here, it should still work, which it does. So that's just good to know. And yeah, let me get this finished up and I'll show you guys how it looks when it's all done. All right, guys, so here is the gray visor. As you can see, no more tan. Now, I bought these off eBay and the guy didn't say that it had a rip, which I'm a little bit upset about, but it's not the end of the world. It'll be okay. It's just a very, very small rip. You probably can't even tell if you don't know it's there. But as you can see, everything works how it should. Boom, lights work, they dim, everything. They look a million times better than the tan ones. And my old visors too had an issue where they didn't fit tight up here. I don't know if the spring was just weak or whatnot, but these work really nice. So that's how you wire electric lidded visors in your base model Grand Cherokee if you didn't have them. I'm gonna do the other one, which is the same as this side. I'm just gonna wire it together into these ones, and should be good to go, and we'll be done. All right, guys, so here's what I did. As you can see, there's 2 black wires coming in and there's 2 red wires coming in, and then they exit to 1 wire and 1 wire. So I use these suitcase connectors because I didn't want to cut apart my factory harness. So I use the suitcase connectors to tap into the black with the orange, which is your negative, and then the red, which is your constant power. So then obviously I use black wire for the negatives at the visors. And by the way, those are the non-red colors on your visors. So there's only red and then another color. So your negative is going to be the non-red ones, and then the red is going to be your positive, and everything's just tied together into one harness. And then this one works perfectly fine. As you can tell, like, it's factory. Once I put the console back, you won't even know that they're not factory. And then that one works also, so everything's good there. And that tear, I just covered it up with 2 of my friends that unfortunately had passed away. I covered the little tear that it had with their cards, because I had their cards up here anyways, but they were in the inside. So now I'll just put them on the outside, and it'll cover up that little tear. Not really worried about the little tear that's there, but these are definitely a nice add-on to your Jeep, especially if you have, you know, females in your car, or if you are a female, you know, you like lights in your visors if you want to do makeup or whatever. So they're definitely cool to have. They should have came in all Grand Cherokees, man. Grand Cherokees are a luxury vehicle, kind of, so in my opinion they probably should have just came there. But I'm gonna get this console back up here, make sure everything works, and yeah. All right, guys, well, there you have it. The visors are in, everything works how it's supposed to work. Unless you take it apart, you're not going to tell it's not factory. The factory does have plugs up there, only if you obviously have electric visors. So I didn't have them. I made them work, is what it is. They look a lot better than the tan. They're gray, and pretty soon I'm going to be doing all the handles and everything. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this one short video. I don't know if there's really a point to that, so I might do a complete video with the handles and everything. So you might see me again in the future in this video, possibly, maybe not. It all depends. I did find the handles, I just got to order them. And then I want to hydro dip the console, the electric console, the computer up top here. The other parts are just a little bit too small to hydro dip. I don't think you're really going to see a design on it. I think it's going to look funny, so I'd rather go and get the gray ones. As far as painting them, I thought about it, but people grab onto, you know, the handles and everything and grab them. I don't think paint will hold up, so I think my best bet, I think, is to go get all gray stuff. This way I don't have tan. So if I see you guys again in this video, it'll be with the handles. If I don't, then I'll see you in the next video. Peace.